The 2020 election is nearly 2 years away, but in political terms, that's right around the corner. Potential presidential candidates are stepping out of the shadows.
I'm launching an exploratory committee for president.
We'll be right here at Guadalupe Plaza to make a big announcement about my 2020 plans.
So I'm pleased to announce on The View that I'm not ready to make my announcement yet.
But let's be real. These politicians aren't just starting to get serious now. They've been working methodically behind the scenes for months and even years to bring their likely campaigns to life. Let's take a look at the presidential candidate to-do list, everything a White House hopeful typically gets done before officially announcing their candidacy. First and foremost, presidential candidates have to start fundraising and establishing donor networks long before their official start date. For example, Senator Elizabeth Warren and former Secretary Julian Castro have launched exploratory committees.
We need a strong vision for the future.
This allows them to raise and spend money to test the waters. That includes traveling to meet voters and donors and conducting polling.
Hello, Sioux City!
Other politicians, like Los Angeles Mayor Eric Garcetti and former Colorado Governor John Hickenlooper, have set up political action committees, or PACs. PACs allow people to raise money without the same restrictions that govern campaign donations, and the funds can be used on things like ads and events that help build national support. The money can also be donated to other politicians who can later help with a presidential bid. But the use of PACs could backfire, since they've been shunned by many in the Democratic Party's progressive base. And some prospective candidates have even vowed not to use them.
I don't take PAC money, not a dime.
Things are a little different for billionaires who might self-fund.
It is a very heady thing when people yell, run, run, run. Anybody that thinks it isn't should see a shrink.
But most candidates will need to raise some serious cash. In 2016, candidates and outside groups spent nearly $2.5 billion on the race to the White House. That's according to election watchdog Open Secrets. Those planning to run also need to attract talented staffers, and that can be tough when there's a large pool of potential candidates. Senator Bernie Sanders recently held a Vermont summit through his Sanders Institute that brought together staffers and supporters from 2016. And politicians like Cory Booker, Jeff Merkley, and Kirsten Gillibrand have reportedly already reached out to potential hires in key primary states. Politicians are also making the rounds with both media tours and road trips to key states, like Iowa, where the state's early caucus can make or break a candidate. That includes former Vice President Joe Biden, Senator Cory Booker, Congressman John Delaney, and Governor Steve Bullock. And splashy book tours, like those launched by Senators Kamala Harris and Elizabeth Warren, also raise a candidate's profile. The tours help politicians network with key supporters and build name recognition, two essential ingredients for a presidential campaign. And finally, there's the political platform. Candidates need to be clear about where they stand on the issues before they launch a campaign. Sitting representatives and senators might introduce legislation to establish their positions or sit on key committees to boost their credentials.
This is about the closest I'll probably ever have in my life to an I am Spartacus moment.
And many looking to enter the race have already launched websites and published videos that explain what they're fighting for.
And while both parties seem to focus on fighting, I'm focusing on the future.
In total, at least 24 Democrats are thinking about running. And after they battle each other for the nomination, one will ultimately face President Trump.